Sam Lucas, who died this week, wrote the following sketch of his life for The Age in 1909 while a member of the Cole & Johnson's Red Moon Company. I have been asked by the dramatic editor of The Age to explain why I am called the Dean of the Colored Theatrical Profession. I presume it to be due to my long career on the stage, which began nearly 36 years ago. Possibly a sketch of my life will make it clearer why the sobriquet of the Dean of the Colored Theatrical Profession is applied to me. I was born in Washington, Fayette County, August 7, 1884, of poor but colored parents, who were formerly slaves belonging to Samuel Crockrell of the Romney, Hampshire County, Virginia, after whom I am named. During childhood, I attended school for 5 years and was put to work as a farmhand, which was my occupation until 19 years old. I then went to Cincinnati, Ohio, and became a barber. It was while a knight of the razor that my early taste of music developed. I first attracted attention while connected with the Hamilton celebrated colored quadrille band as guitarist and caller. In 1869, I went to New Orleans and taught school for a few months, but it was not long before I went to St. Louis, Missouri, where I made my initial appearance as a minstrel performer with Lou Johnson's Plantation Minstrels as the middleman and balladist. In about 3 weeks, the minstrel company disbanded and I was left out in the cold, but it was not long before I returned to the stage, joining Jake Hamilton's minstrel company as general performer, where I made a hit in the original role of Hungry Jack. In 1871, I returned to St. Louis and again joined the Lou Johnson Company. This time, the company remained on the road 1 year, when I returned once more to the tonsure profession. On July 4th, 1873, I became a member of the original Georgia Minstrels, as a ballad singer and general business performer. My first act to gain prominence was The Vegetable Peddler, which made a hit. The big success enjoyed on the original Georgia minstrels throughout the West and South was such that similar minstrel companies were formed. The organization was brought to New York, where it did a big business. It was in 1874 when I joined the Hare Sisters in the musical comedy Out of Bondage, which was the first musical show ever put on by a colored theatrical organization. The show was in 2 acts and 6 characters. It was in the role of the mischievous Henry that I scored my first big hit. Upon leaving the Hare Sisters, I joined the ranks of the variety artist and having the distinction of being the first colored man to appear in what is now known as vaudeville as a legitimate variety performer. My work consisted of comedic and motto songs, monologue, and dancing. At Ben Trimble's Variety Theater, I played 1 week as the principal drawing card to record-breaking business. Subsequently, I starred in the Blood and Thunder play entitled The Black Diamonds of Molly Maguire's, but the show lasted but 4 weeks. My appearance in this show, surrounded by a white cast, marked the first time a Negro starred in a melodrama. I was secured to play the part of Uncle Tom in the C.H. Smith's Double Uncle Tom's Cabin Company. Being the first colored man to fill the role, Harriet Beecher Stowe witnessed the production of the piece and afterward wrote me a letter stating that my conception of the character of Uncle Tom was better than any she had even seen. I remained with the company until 1879. After leaving Uncle Tom's Cabin Company, I headed to Boston Stock Company with a white cast at the Boston Theater, Boston, Massachusetts. And for 4 weeks, we played to crowded houses. In the early 80s, I was put out in the first colored drama by Pauline Hopkins called The Underground Railroad, but the piece failed as the time was not precipitous for producing such a play. Later, I found my way to Boston, where I remained until 1899 working alone. I was finally engaged by the Virgin Concert Party, in which organization I met Miss Carrie Melville of Providence, Rhode Island, when I married after a brief courtship. We formed a musical act and appeared jointly in vaudeville, playing all the principal variety halls. It was during that time I conceived of the idea of producing a Creole show and sought to interest several colored men with money in the project, but there was not one who thought well enough of it to take a chance. It was at the Olympic Theater, Denver, Colorado, where we played for 9 months that I met and talked with Sam T. Jack and told him of the idea I had for the colored show. He thought the proposition a capital one and organized a company headed by Mrs. Lucas and me, which was known as Sam T. Jack's Creole Company. We remained with the show 3 years and then went abroad, appearing in vaudeville, opening at the Oxford Theatre, London, with success where we played for 3 months. We were in England 6 years and enjoyed success everywhere. Upon our return to America, we were starred in Al G. Field's Darkest American Company, but we became dissatisfied within a few months and left the aggregation. My next big engagement was with Cole & Johnson in a trip to Coontown, where I played the part of Silas Green, as it had never been played before or since. The time intervening between my engagement with the Darkest America Company and the Cole & Johnson Company I am unable to recollect. For the past 4 seasons, I have been connected with the Cole & Johnson Company, playing the part of a member of the Board of Education in the Sun Company, playing the part of a member of the Board of Education in the Shoe Fly Regiment, and of Bill Webster, the barber, in the Red Moon, my present role. While it is quite true that I have been connected with the stage almost 40 years, yet I dare anyone to call me an old man Lucas, for there is not one in the Red Moon Company who is more lighthearted or who is more youthful in his acting than yours truly.